If you are the person that is like, oh, I'm waiting until I get my camera, I'm waiting until I move, I don't know how to start, I don't have a plan, this is for you. We're gonna talk about Coffee and Conversations episode 2. Y'all probably thought I was gonna leave y'all hanging. I did too, but we are no longer starting things and not finishing them because I'm guilty. I know some of y'all are guilty, but we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Let me sip my coffee and I'm gonna tell y'all what we're talking about today. Oh, that is good. Today's coffee is brought to you by Bree Bands, the barista, because we're making coffee at home to save money. Yeah, exactly. Whew. All right, now we can get started. So today we are holding hands and we are talking about 6 things that are probably holding you back from your content creation journey, from something else you're passionate about, and just stepping into your best self, stepping into your purpose, your calling, whatever it is you've been sitting on and you got this list of things over here just in your way. Let's talk about them. Let's figure out how to overcome it. The first thing holding you back, you are waiting for the perfect time. I'm waiting for the perfect camera. I gotta wait till I get this set up. I need these lights. I gotta get this shh, shut up, shut up. You don't need to wait for anything. You have everything you need. You lack nothing. You have to learn to use what you have, leverage what you have, and more will come. When I first started creating content, I did not have this camera. I did not have this apartment. I did not have any of these things, but that did not stop me from still starting because I knew at some point I would be better. I would have that camera. I would have those subscribers, whatever it is I was waiting for, it would come, but I had to start. I literally filmed my very first video. Actually, I think my couple first videos on my iPhone. I still like to use my iPhone. The quality is there, and guess what? You already pay for that phone. You already pay the phone bill every month. Make use of it. The power in starting now. Y'all, time is passing you by because you are finding all these excuses to step into your purpose. I don't have anyone to take my pictures. More excuses. I got an answer for everything. Get you a tripod. There are so many out there. The tripod that I am using right now for this camera, I got this in 2019 from Walmart. I just walked in like I just need something, and you know what? It's still my favorite one. I could have been bought a more fancier one or whatever, but I love this tripod and it actually means something to me because this is what I started with. I would put my phone on here, and I didn't like my setup at the time because I was living with my parents. So if I didn't have the space to do my OOTDs or whatever I was filming, I would literally pack my tripod up, get my little remote timer, and I would go to a garage around the corner, or I would go outside, film my videos. If you scroll down my TikTok, you will see all those videos are outside. They're in a garage, or even if they were at home, I just did the best I could. I moved the room around, I rearranged, whatever. Nobody cared. Nobody was like, oh, you got this brighty? No, I ain't saying get on there and look crazy and have like dirt on the walls and things, but make the best out of where you are now. Make the best out of your current situation. And it's also great to just practice so that way when you do get that camera, when you do get that microphone or whatever, you've already been taking the steps necessary to learn, to get comfortable, to be able to also appreciate that, to bring faith into this, because y'all know I'm God-fearing. When God sees you appreciating what you already have, being a good steward of what he's blessed you with, he will bless you with more. He will give you that Canon camera. He will give you that new space with the bright light. These are things, I'm getting emotional because these are things I was praying for that I didn't have yet, y'all, but they came because I kept going. All I'm saying. Whew. Need the boost to keep on preaching. Reason number 2, you are comparing yourself to others. You don't think you're qualified, or you think this market is so oversaturated. Let me tell you something. None of these things exist. When it comes to something God has created you to do, has called you to do, he will make room for you. I don't care that all 10 of your cousins and all 15 of your friends are doing hair and nails. Nobody's gonna do hair like you. Or maybe they do, but guess what? People are coming to experience you. There are a lot of fashion creatives. There are a lot of girls who are doing OOTDs every single day. That does not stop me from creating mine. If you open up TikTok right now, I guarantee you're gonna find several people in your niche, several people doing the same things you're doing, but again, nobody is going to do them like you. And I think that we often get caught up in the thing itself versus the value and the difference that we bring to it. I do fashion, I do style, I do fitness. There are a million other girls who do it too, but we all do it differently. We all do it our own way. We're all taught to do this, but we come with something different. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you are so busy looking left and right, you are not going forward. I don't care what Billy Joe Jean is doing. I don't care what so-and-so over there is doing. What are you doing? Worry about you and how you can move forward. As far as feeling disqualified, let me tell y'all something. I'll tell y'all a story about a time I felt disqualified or underqualified for something, and God showed me otherwise. I was working at StockX, and I had been there for a few years. I think at the time I was a team captain, so I wasn't a leadership role, but in the operations warehouse. They had just opened up a position for an HR manager, and okay, they announced that all the time, but that one, it didn't really spark to me. I'm like, all right, cool. So fast forward, they had reached out to me like, hey, are you interested in this job? And I'm like, me? Like, why would I be interested? I had no formal training in HR. I didn't do any certs. I didn't even graduate college, did anything. So I'm like, y'all sure y'all want me to do this job? Like, what's going on? And, the more we talked about it, I just kept trying to find all these excuses. And even remembering my biggest one, I'm like, my brother just passed, less than 6 months ago. How could I even have the capacity to show up for these people? But as I prayed about it and I sat with God and sat with self, I'm like, why am I declining myself with this? If they see something in me, if God sees something in me and he is calling me to do something, whether I know how to do it, that's not up to me. The how is not up to me. If he says show up, they say show up, hey, I want you, show up. Just go, just try. And guess what? That ended up being one of my favorite jobs ever. Very stressful at times, but y'all, in it, I was able to find more of my purpose, and I was able to find healing in that. Working with people, helping them through their professional development or even personal things. To this very day, I still talk to a lot of the TMs that worked under me at the time. And I'm just always like, God, if there is ever a time I feel like that's not for me, or I don't know why they would ask me to do it, I just think about that and I just think about him. He will make things shake for you. Stop counting yourself out. Stop trying to find the excuses and just do the thing. Another good point someone made to me is that the minute someone wants to pay you to do something or they are asking you for a service, you are qualified. They see something of value that you have, and all you have to do is show up and provide it. Nothing to it but to do it. So stop all this talk about what you don't think you are and what you lack nothing. You have it all. You have everything. Stop counting yourself out. Okay? Okay. Now we can move on to point number 3. Woo, hold on. Let me drink my coffee again before we get to number 3. Hold on. Okay. Don't beat me up. Well, I don't think nobody can beat me up. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna hold y'all hand when I say this, okay? Because it's a little bit of tough love, but you are lazy as hell and you lack discipline. If it hurts, it's true. If you bother, it's true. I had to say this to myself, okay? I have these talks often. Like, girl, how many times you gonna keep pushing that off? How many times you gonna say you gonna do that? Just do it. Get up and do it. All these other people that you see around you are not progressing because they're better than you. They're not progressing because they're more talented or they got all this skill and they just know it all. No, they know discipline. They know how to show up for themselves. They know how to be consistent. Those are the things that separate us. It's not your lack. You have all that. You're creative, you're talented, you're smart, you have all these things inside of you, but you just are not using them. Stop being lazy and do the damn things. Do them. Now, let me take a step back. let me go to my next point, because maybe you're not lazy. Maybe it's not the discipline that's whooping your ass. Maybe it's that you're overwhelmed because you're trying to do too much and you're not making a plan and sticking to it. This one right here, this actually hits for me. This one's for me actually. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This one is for me because, whoo, when I tell you my mind be having 50 tabs open, I have to film this, I have to create that, oh, I got an idea to do this, and then before I even finish this, I'm over here doing this. That has to stop. We have to be more organized. We have to figure out tools and resources that work for us. I don't know about y'all, maybe you're a digital planner. Maybe you like to purchase the digital planners on Etsy or on Pinterest, you know, the downloadable ones, and fill those in. I know a lot of girlies are iPad girlies. Find what works for you. If you're a pen and paper girl, get you a planner. Go to the dollar store, go to Target, make your own, but do something and start planning. Pick a day, sit down, and plan your week out. And stick to it. Stick to the plan. Not your mood, stick to the plan. Be disciplined. Motivation is not always going to be there. I will never tell you, get motivated, stay up, like that's all cool and all, but there are days you're not going to be motivated. You're not going to always want to do the things you need to do, but the work is not going to do itself. You are not going to make any progress if you don't show up for yourself. One of my biggest tips that I always give people is batch create. When I first started, y'all, I was trying to get cute every single day. I was trying to film a video every single day. That got old really quick. I kept falling off. I didn't always feel like getting dressed every single day. I wanna be a couch potato, you know? So my advice to you is batch create. Batch creating is basically when you pick a day. If Saturday is your off day, make Saturday your work day. You're gonna pick a window of time where you're gonna get your 3 outfits or your 3 hairstyles or your 3 beauty advice, tips, whatever, and you're gonna film videos back to back to back. You're gonna do all that work in one day, and then you'll post it over the week. What I typically like to do is, like I said, pick that one day. I'll figure out what videos I wanna film that day, film them all, like today is gonna be a filming video day. Film them all, and then I'll pick another day where I'll edit them. Sit down that specific day, edit that day, and then for the week, now I have my content planned out. Now I don't have to wake up every day and hustle and bustle and figure out what I need to film. I already got it figured out. All I gotta do is post and go about my day, go do other things, or not even. I have days where I don't do anything content related because I've already done the work on the other days. Another thing, now, if you're a person who works a full-time job, I get that too, because guess what? I still work. Even when I was back at home, I still worked. My schedule at home, actually when I say home, I mean Michigan. Before I moved to LA, when I was still living with my parents, y'all, I had to be at the authentication center sometimes 7 a.m. 7 a.m. and I wouldn't leave there to 7 p.m. So what did that look like? I had to have that discipline and obedience because I wanted it so bad to wake up extra early so I had time. Yes, I would be waking up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym and then come home, shower, eat, and film my OOTD or my get ready with me and still be at work at 7 a.m. When I got off work, I was editing. You have to make the sacrifices. You have to make the time. Stop making the excuses. You can do this. I got faith in you. Again, stick to the plan. No plan, you plan to fail. Y'all heard it. I didn't say that. I didn't make that up. That's just what they be saying. But it's true. It's true. All right. Coffee. Hold on. Oh. Coffee makes me so happy. I just want to take a little intermission to tell y'all this is all coming from love because I want y'all to win, okay? Okay. Now let's keep going. The fifth thing holding you back. You are too attached to aesthetics, to numbers, and to outside validation. Look this way. Y'all, listen to me. Aesthetics are great. I love aesthetics. I dabble in them. Sometimes I do my aesthetic post, and sometimes I do a post that don't even make sense. I'm like, oh my God, why would I say that? Why would I post that? But guess what? It got posted. I don't know. But if that's your bag and it works for you, thrive in it. Because you know your lane. Thrive in it. But if this is something that is holding you back and it's literally crippling you, you need to ease off of it. This is just my personal opinion. Aesthetics will definitely reel people in. They'll get you followers. You'll be the inspiration. But the things that people really lock in with authenticity, your personality, and relatability, okay? People can't relate to perfection, so why are we striving to be that? Nobody's perfect. We're all flawed. We all have our quirky little things about us, and everything is not so kosher and cookie cutter and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying that to get away from the points I made about planning and, you know, having things in order. I still stand on that, but balance. If it's keeping you from doing what you need to do, we gotta dead that. Numbers. Don't get caught up in the numbers. Yes, over time, things like your metrics and insights and engagement will matter. Engagement over the following. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but we can talk about that in another video, or if you wanna know more, let me know. But bottom line, every post is not gonna do numbers, and that is okay. That does not stop anything. That should not discourage you. And I know it does because I've been there. I've had a video go viral and then the next week, crickets. And I'm like, damn, y'all fucking with no more, you know? But it's not that. In my personal experience, I found that I've had a video that goes viral, usually my evergreen content. And then I had a video that only did 500 likes, but that video got me a brand deal. Let me give you an example. You could have two videos. This video over here, 1,000 views, 1,000 likes. This video over here, 200 likes, 200 views. This video over here can just be everyday people that are really not in a position to get you a brand deal, to put money in your pocket, or to make a connection. Support and engagement, yes, this is still important. But then you have the 200 over here. All it takes is that one person in that pile who works at your dream brand to be like, oh, I love this video, I love this girl or this guy, and I want to work with them. It has happened to me time over time, and I have gotten in the habit now of asking people, you know, what video did it for you? What was it? And lo and behold, it wasn't my viral videos, great, but they had sent me some random video and I'm like, oh dang, you saw that? You watched that? So please, please, please don't get lost in the numbers, okay? Don't get lost in the numbers. Numbers don't matter. On top of that, nope, I'm finna get in a rant, something else, okay? Numbers, they only matter to an extent. And then the validation part. Y'all, numbers should not validate you. They don't validate you. Social media does not validate you. Yes, you could be a great creator and you could be a successful one, but at the end of the day, guys, we have lives to live outside of social media. The people on the internet, again, we can be passionate about the content we're creating, but who are we outside of our content? Who are we outside of social media? Who are you inside? You validate yourself. God validates you, not social media, okay? So, I have to get that out there. Ooh, just shedding like a dog, Jesus. And then something random I just thought of, because I hear this often as of lately, and I don't even know if this fits in this bullet point, but it just came to my heart and my mind. A lot of y'all are worried about the people that follow you. If you don't like the people that follow you, if they make you feel insecure or unsure or whatever, and not just the people following you, the people you follow, change it. Remove them, delete the page, start a whole new one. I've seen so many girls say that, you know, oh, I had all these high school friends on my page, so I started this new one and it's booming, because the sad reality is sometimes, yeah, the people who you've grown with, who know you, blah, 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 they're not going to be the main ones to support you, okay? Not the case for everybody. I feel like I've had a lot of support from my community, but I've also had people who just watch me, the monitoring spirits. So if you get a bad vibe from the page you've had for years, y'all delete the page, make a new one. It's not that deep. You don't owe nobody. You don't have to follow them. You don't need to. No, this is your life. This is your page. This is your social media. You have the power to create your experience. You get to pick who you follow, who gets to follow you, what you post. Like, all these things are in your control. Nobody else's but yours, okay? We're almost done. We're almost done. Last but not least, number 6, and honestly one of my favorite ones, is you don't know your brand, you haven't defined it, and you don't know your why. You don't know your why. Let's start with the first part, okay? Defining your brand, your personal brand. Do you know how many people reach out to me and they're like, oh, I need help, I don't know where to start, and I want to make this video, or what do you think about this? And I always start with questions. Who is your target audience? Get really specific with the details. What does my target audience look like? What does she wear? What brands does she shop with? What's your niche? What are your goals? All these things matter. If you have not done that, don't do nothing else. Sit down, grab you a notepad right now, write this down. What is my personal brand? What is the value I want to give to my audience? Who is my target audience? My target audience is typically women ages 25 to 40. What value do you want to bring? I'm trying to inspire the girls to be their highest and flyest selves. That is down to what you're wearing, to what you're putting into your body, to going to the gym, to everyday lifestyle changes, to just inspiration. Am I going to create content that is educating? Is it inspiring? Is it engaging? Like all these questions. Have you audited your own page? I'll often ask people, well, what are the brands you want to work with? If you want to be a fashion creator, but you have no fashion on your page, what sense does that make? If you want to do beauty and you want to do hair, but I don't see one video that shows me how to do my hair or shows me how to do my makeup. And I've had to have this talk with myself too several times, because I'll get off track. I'll start making random little videos and I'm like, hey now, don't forget what you were aligned with. And I'm not a person that believes you need to be like super niche down. You can only make videos. I hate boxes, actually. I hate them. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do, which is why lifestyle was a big box for me. Or not a box, but a big pillar for me, because a lot of things funnel into that. So make some time to sit down with yourself, make you a list, and ask yourself those key questions. What is my personal brand? What do I want people to gain from me? What value am I providing them? What niches do I like? Is it fashion? Is it beauty? Is it lifestyle? Is it fitness? Is it food? Is it hair? All these things. And you can do anything, by the way. Once you have those things in order, that will help you to create your content. I guess this goes back into the planning portion as well. Like, you need that plan. You need to know what it is you're doing so that you know how to do what you need to do. I'm gonna throw in one more thing. On top of aligning with the things that you want to create and give, also what goes hand in hand with that is staying away from anything that doesn't. If I am a fashion and beauty creator, why am I posting videos of my dog every single day? I'm not saying you can't post that on your stories, that's your lifestyle, but if you are a food creator, why aren't you doing food reviews? Brand deals don't fall out the sky. My first few years of content, I wasn't getting brand deals, but I was still making videos, again, with things I already had, clothes I already had. My first few viral videos were from Zara, Aritzia, and then eventually other brands started to come, like, oh, we saw you did this brand, we want you to do one for us. Cool with me. You know what I'm saying? So again, start with what you have, make the plan, know what it is you want to do, so that way those brands in your community, in your following will grow and align with you. Another tip, I just got all the tips today. Follow creators that inspire you. I'm not saying follow them to copy them, but look at the content they create. If there's a brand you want to work with, go on their page, research the kind of content that they post, look at the creators they're working with, take the notes, implement it into your own plan, your own strategy, and then create from there. Okay, last tip. The very last thing that I'm going to leave y'all with is my favorite thing, and this doesn't just apply to content, this applies to your whole life. Your whole life, your whole entire existence. You need to know your why. Why do you want to make content? Why do you want to work at that job? Why do you want to live in this city? Why do you wake up every day? Why? What is your why? If you don't know your why, you don't know, what it is that fuels you, what puts a fire under your ass, that is where you're always going to be met with the constant lack of motivation or the constant lack of discipline, because you don't have something that fuels you. You don't have something that is sitting and weighing on your shoulders or your heart, or pumping you up and getting you excited. What is your why? You need to know your why. On those days when you feel like giving up, on those days that you just don't have it in you, you are just down and out, you need to know your why. Write it down, put it on your refrigerator, print the pictures, make the vision board, the mood board. I know my why. My why is, the life that I want to be able to provide for myself, for my current family, and my future family. My why is for a brother who is unfortunately no longer here, but for the life that he should have lived, he could have lived. I want to live that for him. I want to live that for his daughter. I want to inspire her. I want to inspire my siblings. I want to inspire my family. I want to create experiences for them. I want to make an impact in my community. I want to be able to give back. I want to be able to share my testimony so that someone else who might not have, you know, that push to keep going, or they feel, you know, down and out, or whatever the case may be, sharing that one thing could change somebody's life. Letting someone know that they are not alone. These are my whys. So, whew, I got emotional there, but y'all, I hope that one of these points resonated with you. I hope you found some value in this video, and if there's anything that I missed that you want to talk about or me to elaborate on more, even if it's private, please feel free to drop a comment, DM me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is. And I say all this from love because I want y'all to succeed. I know what it's like to have these barriers and to not really know where to go next. So I'm praying for y'all, and I want us all to be our highest and flyest selves. So if you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, please, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.